Okay.
PizzaFellas podcast right here, the hottest in the world.
It's a PizzaFellas podcast. Turn speakers up, we better have a blast. Grab a drink, fill a glass, light a cigar, come on, let's make it last. Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe, Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the PizzaFellas.
PizzaFellas podcast right here, the hottest in the world. I was fire.
Hey, what's up, guys? Episode 70, excuse me. Sure, we just talked about it. Episode 70, PizzaFellas podcast. Today, we're just hanging out, guys. We got a group of our La Familia guys that are here. We got Dr. Tran, we got Rick, we got Bruno, and, Big Sexy,
Big
Antonio.
Sexy in the house.
And we got me, Sal, here. And we're just talking. So, what's up, guys? How's everyone doing today?
Good.
Good?
Good.
Doing good. You know, I think
A great time to live.
March
Right.
has been good.
Spring is upon us.
Yeah, right?
Great weather.
Love it.
Yesterday was beautiful.
Weather.
You know, you start seeing the weather's turning when the women who come in the restaurants and are wearing the tanks.
They're half
Yes.
naked.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, the weather's turning. You're like, because I'm telling
So
you,
true.
all week I'm at the pizza section.
Everything's loose.
And I'm like this. Oh, shit. All right. Hello.
You start to enjoy
You're
the
trying
city.
not to look, and it's like one eye's going this way.
I'm not looking.
I'm not looking this way.
See, I'm one of those guys. Like,
You
I'm
start
at
to spin the pizza this way.
A little less pepperoni on the pizza.
Yeah, but if I go to the gym and these girls, you go to the gym, you see them, they wear fucking nothing, bro.
Oh, I love the gym.
I stare
Really tight.
and I stare right at them, right?
Can't help it.
No, it's not that. Listen, I work out my ring on.
Yeah.
People know who I am. I'm married. But if you're gonna wear
I do
that,
too.
you expect me not to stare at you?
They want you to stare.
They want you to stare.
Yeah, like you have to want some pleasure from that. You want to say, who's looking at me?
I mean,
am I right or am I wrong?
you have to. At the end of the day, I saw some videos where like a woman comes around, turns around. What are you staring at?
Like, how could I not?
Do you
What
look,
you have on, you look good.
Do you look at yourself in the mirror when you're squatting? Because I think the whole fucking gym is. Like, what are you looking at me for? I'm not. When you're doing shoulder press and your nipples are coming out of your fucking shirt, what do you want me to do? Sit here just like this, looking at my phone?
Turkey's done.
Yeah, sorry.
Speaking of gym, you know what I hate the most about the fucking gym? I have one pet peeve about the gym.
What?
So you go there to work out, correct? So
Yeah.
depending what gym you're in.
Most of the
Some are small gyms, some are big gyms. I go to a bigger gym. But at the same token, you want to go do presses. You get there, and there's a guy on his phone for fucking 30 minutes sitting there.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, get the fuck off the phone.
Yeah, you're waiting for the machine.
Yeah.
You're
Can I
waiting for
get
the
on?
machine.
But I go to a bougie gym, so.
Yeah,
you know,
but that's another thing, though. If you're here to work out, work out.
work out.
Yeah.
You know, there's no reason. I see
Yeah.
people just sitting on their phones. They're there for 2-3 hours.
Doing nothing.
Doing nothing.
They have a lot of time to pass.
That's another thing I think
3
about.
hours.
How do you have this much time?
Right.
Time to pass.
Well, they're
Like,
also,
how- where
they're
are you
also
getting-
there to just check all the.
There was a girl down from me. She was on the ellipticals, right? How do you do ellipticals like this the whole time?
Yeah.
The whole fucking time.
I'd get
But you
dizzy.
gotta have your hands on it, right?
I'd pass out.
You're just moving your feet.
Or
But she's doing like a turtle. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I get it. You're there.
Or the
You
girls.
made the effort.
the young girls
She
sprinting.
doesn't want to fall.
She was like
They're sprinting
probably
on a
like-
treadmill. And they're
No,
reading,
she was middle-aged.
No, but they're reading like a book.
Yeah.
Read a book. I can't even watch. I turn the TV off. I'll get fucking dizzy.
Me too.
And I'm an athlete. I just can't. I don't know how they do it. Next page. Next page.
You ever see those videos though when the people fall on the treadmill?
Oh
And
my
they-
god.
Especially when their pants come
That
off.
almost happened.
Their pants come off sometimes.
Yeah.
When they hit their head and they just go, that's like some jackass shit.
Listen, off the top of my head, yesterday I went on Instagram, and you guys got to look this up, and fans, you got to look this up. It was called the Big Bacon Belly Busters.
Big bacon belly button.
I wish we could show it on here. These guys fucking are gigantic men who are entertaining in nightclubs.
Come on.
I swear to
I gotta look it up.
I'm talking like 400,
What's it called?
500-pound
Are they
guys.
dancing?
The Big Bacon Belly Busters. It was on his. It's the most fucking hysterical thing, and they got women all over them.
Well, I have to admit though, women are much more forgiving of us
Yeah.
than men.
Yes.
Meaning they're they, dad bods, they like all that stuff.
Oh, these guys.
What kind of nightclubs are we talking about?
Wow. They make me look skinny.
God, look at that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, wow.
They make you want to gain weight.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
Look at this.
Get him
Wow.
Dude,
He's
you
on
see-
roller skates.
Bruno, this is your next
Oh my
commercial.
God.
That's Bruno right there.
Going down Bethlehem.
Wow.
It's amazing, right?
That's how Bruno gets the Azars.
He's on the fucking...
Okay.
Look, this is the parade. You got to see the parade. I couldn't fucking believe this.
Hogsville.
Holy smokes.
Where do they find these guys? Is this AI or is this really true?
It looks like AI.
I'm just
I
saying.
don't know. That's not Make America Healthy again. I'll tell you that much.
That's never come across my feed, so I'm a little curious how you come
I
across
had
it.
no fucking clue.
Yeah, but that's your algorithm. And my algorithm's fucked right now.
Mine too.
I get pizza, I get football drills.
And
And
pussy.
No, not really. I get music. I get
on-
DJs.
on-
You get that.
No, on the PizzaFellas one,
Oh, the PizzaFellas one week. I got
yeah.
how many porno messages we get?
Bro,
What are we
100.
on?
I don't know.
It's I gotta delete.
Everything's
You want to have a
changed.
good time tonight, honey? No, I don't want to have a good time. Delete.
I'm thinking it's a pizza guy.
I mean, talking about that, how many of you guys get these people randomly just texting you, hello?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
It's,
This is
there's a
ridiculous.
bunch of scammers.
And
No,
then
so what
They're
I
just trying to get you to engage.
It was like the bubblegum thing. Remember that guy?
yeah. So I just signed up. It's funny you said that. I just signed up actually tonight when I was leaving the restaurant. It's called Guardio on your phone. Yeah, Guardio, Guardio, and it monitors your phone and all those scams.
No
it's ridiculous.
And it showed that 60% of my information, like phone numbers and stuff, have been hacked or leaked.
compromised, yeah.
Been compromised over 7 to 8 years due to just buying something online.
It
stuff
truly,
like
it
that.
truly is a pain in the ass.
So now it,
yeah,
but now it controls all that. It stops it. So
really?
it has
I
my
gotta get it.
controls my VPN.
Almost like a filter.
It filters
Yeah.
everything for me and it stops it. Like I keep getting that one for the toll booth.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I owe like
No, the
$1.
No, yeah, I
no,
get that
what's it
too.
called?
Yeah.
The Turnpike Pass.
Turnpike. Yeah,
What
yeah,
the
yeah.
hell's that called?
Easy Pass.
Easy Pass.
Easy Pass, yeah.
So I
400 something bucks paid, or we're gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
You
text
owe
Ashley, and
this.
she's like, "No, that's a scam."
I
And
know.
I've texted
I'm
Ashley
on
like
auto
3
pay,
times because
so
they're
Yeah.
texting
I'm,
Ashley.
I'm never going to owe money.
Him and I got a message from the bubblegum guy. Remember? Give us your Amazon account to ship me bubblegum. Okay, pal.
yeah, that like what? I'm not giving you my Amazon account to ship me bubblegum.
Oh, I gotta say a shout out to. I just got it today. Go ahead, keep talking. I'm gonna look for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
that
some of that shit's fucking crazy. Between people texting you, how are you?
But they make money. That's how they make money.
How?
So sometimes it's like the other one scam was about like, oh, your grandson or your granddaughter needs help. They're in trouble.
they hit the older
They
people.
hit the older people. And like, what grandparent wouldn't be like, oh, my kid's in trouble? And they're going to be like, they'll text back or they'll call them like, if I lose the fact that my grandkid is in trouble and I didn't help, you're going to feel
It's like that
shit.
movie.
yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. So they go after
And they
them.
go after them, and it's easy because it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go text and find out what happened. And they're like, well, they're in trouble, but they need your number or whatever to bail them out, or because they.
There's a movie on Netflix called
Yeah.
Bumblebee or Beehive or something like that. It's that guy who controls all the bumblebees for this older lady. And the basis of the movie is she gets a call from scammer and says, you owe this many back in taxes, this or that.
Yeah.
Please give me your account information. She gives her account, and he gets in, hacks all her life
The
savings.
beekeeper.
The Beekeeper.
That was
yeah,
Jason Statham.
Yes.
That was a good movie.
Great movie. And then
Second
she
one's coming
fucking shoots herself.
Yeah.
Because she lost all her
Holy
fucking
shit,
money.
what a
She lost,
shame.
like-
This is a true story.
No,
Or it's just
don't-
it's
It's a
fiction.
movie.
It's a
It's
But
fiction.
it's
talk.
probably
It happened.
based off something that happened
but she
somewhere.
loses like $2 million in a foundation.
Yes,
And
that she
feels
had.
Terrible. 'cause
And
of
she
some terrible
fucking shoots
foundation.
herself.
And then
He goes and finds the fucking guys and fucking kills them.
makes them all pay for it.
Yeah, like, and you know if he's in the movie,
Oh, yeah.
it's
Yeah,
gonna be
kicking
Somebody's paying for it.
He's kicking some ass.
somebody's balls are gonna be in their mouth by the end of the
So
day.
I got a package in the mail today. Shout out to Mike from King Sauce. I told you about that. He sent me 2 of these bottles of King Sauce. It's stuff that you put on like fries and pizza and burgers, whatever it is. I actually tasted it before I got here. It's actually pretty good. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do a reel tomorrow with Bruno.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, nice.
But I'll make the pizza, Bruno.
Well, listen, Mike from King Sauce,
I'll
Big
fill-
Sexy will tell you this. You want us to provide for you? You can be a sponsor. Just give us a call, 484-560-5334. I'll tell you what you got to pay.
I'll film it.
Simple
You
as that,
make the
Bio.
pizza.
Yeah, no, it should be
You can
good.
send us stuff. We'll give you a shout out. But then you want to step on board? Pizza Fellas Podcast. We get to a lot of people.
But as you go on, I wanted to ask you guys because I'm listening to Joey Diaz a lot, right? And he was laughing. He was talking about trannies.
Don't talk about Joey Diaz.
Okay. Oh, stop.
Oh,
but anyways,
stop it.
I'm listening to his
I
podcast.
gave you his email.
Now he said back in the day,
Get out of here. Fucking, sorry. What fucking email? Some stupid fuck from Cisco gave it to you?
Okay, you don't believe
I can look
me.
it up right now.
yeah, that's Olive.
Go on with the story. Go on.
So he's
outta
talking about.
here.
He goes, trannies back in the day
Sure.
were normal people. Were they normal people back in the 80s and 90s in New York? In fucking
they were
You just
entertainers.
didn't know they existed.
Yeah, but a lot of them, they had clubs that they were entertainers in. And they always, when you would go and see what they were doing, they always were imitating singers.
You're talking about.
Yeah, like
You talking about
like
trannies?
Cher,
Yeah.
Tina Turner.
Yeah, Cher,
So-
Tina Turner, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
they were
like what
doing
their
the
gig
drag
was.
queen stuff.
yeah, but
Yes.
and no one really cared.
No,
they were
nobody
just
cared.
They were
Actually,
entertaining.
they were
Yeah.
pretty entertaining. Like if you
looked
went
good.
to Key West, you would go there. They had clubs in certain places where they were just entertaining. It was like a laugh. It was a joke. Not a joke to say they didn't have talent. Some of
gonna
them
tell
had real
you.
talent.
Now it's their
Rick,
livelihood.
I know you're looking at me like I'm crazy, but
No, they look
have you
good,
been to
too.
Key West?
They made them up real nice.
No, yeah.
That's a whole weird topic, though.
No, it is a weird topic.
It is,
they
but
were
at the end of the day,
entertainers
he's from New York and Jersey. So he's basically just saying back in the day,
I partied with them.
yeah, you partied with them,
I
you
fucking
hung out,
partied
you
with
drank
them.
with them. There was no fucking LBG. There was
of
none
this
of that.
bullshit. It was like they would
Yeah,
conversate
it was all.
normal.
He goes,
Some tranny could be voting Republican even. You
Let
know
me
what I mean?
tell
Like
Let me tell you, the peak of that scene, I'll tell you exactly when it was. It was from 1993 to 1997, 98. And you're talking about Manhattan, basically, right? So the clubs that I frequent, that's where they were. They were called freaks. They were called club kids, right?
yeah, you're
But
right by
but
that.
the
That
thing the thing
word they
was,
used.
without the freaks, and I'm talking about trannies. I'm talking about guys that would dress like fine. They were freaks.
Yeah, gays.
Without those freaks, those clubs would never exist.
Yeah.
Because those freaks brought other freaks in.
Right.
So they came out of the shell to come there. And then what did you want to see? You wanted to see the freaks. So think about this.
It was part of the social
It's
scene.
fucking 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. You're dancing in a fucking church.
And you're stroopy-eyed.
And you're fucking ripped on everything that you could fucking think of. And you're looking, you're like, yo, there's 3,000 fucking people in here just dancing away all together. Nobody's doing
And
shit.
everybody's having fun.
everybody.
Yeah, there's no bullshit.
Don't forget about the after hour club and then the after hour club.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't get home till 11 o'clock in the morning.
Holy God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's that was back in the day.
And if you were Italian, you didn't make the meal at 2 p.m.
No. That was my whole thing. Shout out to my mom.
The sauce is on. Come and eat.
Shout out to my mother.
You're still
was-
in bed.
My mother and my father could tell you, but shout out to my mom was I would come in Sunday from fucking Wednesday. I would be home on Sunday. That's not what I lie. Shout out to my mom. Was I would be home. I had to be home by 2 o'clock on a Sunday. No matter if I was on fucking ecstasy, K, or fucking coke. I was there.
And they always made food
And she knew.
served you.
She knew. But that fucking plate was there. If I wasn't there, it would be. But shout out to my mom.
The one time she
Made
did,
you your
though,
plate.
Oh, I made out with my mom.
She made. That is the funniest fucking story. Grabbed his mom. Fucking. Did you ever hear that?
No.
You didn't hear that story? Tell the story. You gotta tell.
So I got home one morning early. It was Sunday morning, and I was in my bed. I was fucked up. So I was, and then again, it's fucking 7 o'clock in the morning. She got the fucking vacuum going. I'm like, what the fuck? So I remember coming over to me, and I was still in fucking La La Land. So I fucking grabbed her and fucking kissed her. And she's like, what are you doing? I was like, my bad. I thought it was somebody else.
Oh my God.
Somebody else who? She told my dad, fuck. My father thought I was fucking, I don't know what my father.
Your dad probably was so.
You know, you bring a story to mind. So I had a night, we went out, fucking crazy night, partying, doing this, doing that. Left the clubs, went to the BMW club, which was on Hamilton Street, which was a late night club for living in Allentown. Get home, I'm in bed, and all of a sudden I gotta piss. So I get out of bed. I think I walked to the bathroom.
But you're in the corner of the bedroom, aren't you?
No, you know, back then they used to have the for the air conditioner, the vents, they're on the floor.
Yeah.
It was the aluminum vents.
Yes.
So at that time, it was like spring. We had the windows open. My father, and actually it was pretty cool. So I go over there, and I think I'm in the bathroom. And I see this white thing, and I hear, brrr, and it sounds like water to me. And I mean, I'm just exchanging with it. All of a sudden, out of nowhere,
Almost some.
freaking my head,
Just
boom! I get a hit in the back of the head, bang my head off the freaking the wood around the window, drop. My father starts kicking the shit out of me. I was pissing in the air conditioner vent.
Oh my God.
Oh
The
my
next
god.
day I fucking learned about it. I was like, what the hell did I do? And he wanted to know what was the matter with me. I was like,
Bro, I can tell you
about-
stories, but I can't.
One time we were in Bermuda for a wedding, and it's me and Ashley were at my buddy's, and we had a suite, so I upgraded to a suite, so it walked out to the pool. And my buddy said, listen, I'm going to put a barrel. I got a barrel from the janitor with all the fucking drinks for the pool party every day, and we'll put it out back with ice. I said, all right, go ahead. So we're there. So next thing you know, we're at the wedding. Everyone's at the pool. I still got my suit on. So somehow I don't know what happened. I fell asleep. 2 o'clock in the morning, I wake up, 3 o'clock, whatever it was, and I'm just peeing all over my suit. And all of a sudden, Ashlyn gets up, boom, smacks me. What are you doing? You just paid $800 for that suit. I look down. I'm like, why is it all wet? She goes, you just pissed all over the fucking suit. So I'm in the hotel. I'm in the hotel room. I throw the suit in the shower, and I'm spraying it. And I just hung it there for 2 days and then brought it back crinkled. The Asian lady at the dry cleaner, she goes, what the fuck happened to this? I said, long story, lady. Can you just wash it, please? She goes, okay, Sal, I'll wash it. I said, yeah, please. That thing's been through hell. But man, this stupid shit.
My God, this shit. I'm just thinking of shit.
Talk about some of those New York days, like we always said.
Bro.
Those club
Actually,
days.
shout out to my boy Dave today. He called me the fucking guy. So I remember. So what happened was when Giuliani took over. So Giuliani became mayor, and he had this whole thing that he had to shut these nightclubs down because there was a lot of drugs being dealt. People are fucking dying. This, that, and the third. So I remember when I seen the cops in these nightclubs, and I said to myself, the fucking party's over, bro. That's it. So anyway, they moved. I remember they moved. It was like 97. I got to ask Dave. Dave listens to it, so he'll remember this. So we didn't have the party at Limelight. We had a fucking rave at a fucking warehouse in New Jersey.
oh my God, those fucking raves.
Nobody. It was in the middle of the woods. Dave, I know you remember this. It was just me and him that went. Bro, if I fucking tell you, there was DJs all over. There must have been fucking 10,000 people in this fucking place. We walk in, me and him, I lose him. I don't know where he is. He doesn't know where I am. For hours, he was my ride. It was hours upon hours. All of a sudden, almost from hours later, I'm talking about like 4 or 5 hours later, I hear, hey, dog. Hey, they called me, hey, dog. I'm like, who the fuck is calling me? Some big fucking tranny, like 7 foot, goes, give me your hand. Who the fuck are you? I got Dave. I'm like, Dave. So I grab him, and they're in this fucking room. There was other people there, obviously. He's like, bro, I thought I lost you. So we had a moment there. I don't know if he remembers this, but we had a moment. So now it's like the sun's up, and we have to come back home. I don't know where the fuck we were in New Jersey. We were far away. So I remember we get in the car, and I go, I can't drive. He goes, what the fuck you mean? You think I could? We were retarded. We drove. Totally should have took us like 35 minutes to get home. I think we got home at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I think we passed our house 3 times back and forth. I was like, yo, when are we getting home? And at the time, there's no GPS. We're just trying to
trying to find your way.
But that fucking night, it was fucking awesome night. But there was a lot of times. There's another time. So when you would go into Limelight, if you had a jacket, you would check in, and they would give you like a pass. Right?
Pass, yeah.
So Dave remembers this one because this is fucking crazy. So we're in there, me and him. There was a couple people too. Boom, we're with this female. I'm not going to mention her name because fuck you, bitch. So anyway, so we're in there, whatever.
She's probably married with 5 kids.
She's married with fucking
4 kids.
3 kids. Dave knows who it is. Anyway, so we're there. And for how this fucking happened is I always went with a book. I always had a book bag with me, and I had his coat check in my book bag. I meet this fucking girl. I don't know what fucking one thing leads to another. I wake up, I'm in a fucking white punch buggy. Outside.
White punch buggy.
Shout out to Stumbles. I don't know if you're still alive, bro. I love you. If you're out there, bro, you got to get in touch with me. I fucking love this kid. Anyway, I'm in the back seat of a 1977 punch buggy. Slammed. The shit was on the ground. I mean, he did shit to it, whatever. I'm like, what am I doing here? I hear music, boom, boom, boom. So I know I'm near Limelight. So he's like, bro, you want me to take you home? He's fucking retarded. Yeah, take me home. Not knowing this, right? Boom, he takes me home. I get out, it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. I get into my house, I put the key in. I'm like, bro, I have this guy's fucking coat check. And in his jacket is his keys to his car. Oh, shit. I ain't going back to the fucking city. I mean, even though it was 10 minutes away from me. So I'm like, all right, let me go in my house and put the covers under me so maybe he won't call me. At the time, you didn't have a fucking cell phone. You had a landline. Bro, as soon as I went in the bed, I hear the phone ring. My dad answers it. You're like, yeah? Yeah. Phone call for you. 7 o'clock in the morning. He's like, bro, tell me this is not you on the phone. I'm like, it's me. He's like, where the fuck are you? I usually just called my house. He's like, I gotta go home. You have the fucking key in my jacket and the coat check. They won't release it. I'm like, all right. They drove and got it. This is a fucking true story. I give them the coat check. They go back to the city. The car's not there. The fucking bitch fucking knew he had the car there. She took the car. He found his car 2 days later. I don't remember how he even got home.
How did she take the car?
She got the coat. I don't know. They just gave her the fucking coat with the key. He's like, I don't want the car. I just want the key. They took it. They took the car. They found the car 2 days later. It was bad at the time, but that's a true fucking story.
That sucks. When something like that happens to you,
yeah,
that's the worst. Especially when you're like stranded. Yeah. You're like, fuck, where the fuck is this?
That's the worst.
That's the worst part.
I mean, mind you, you're 10 minutes away from home, but still, that's your car. You know what I mean?
Well, when you're retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bitch. Yeah.
Rick, you got any good stories about when you worked in the system? You don't have to say where, but you want to.
System?
When you worked at the lockups.
Lockups, there's a lot of stories. I mean,
You got any good you want to? You told me some at the shop that were pretty freaking shocking.
we had some. I mean, we had one that was a male that had tits.
Like,
real tits?
Like
Yeah, real tits. And
did you touch them?
no, come on, that's like a Priya thing that you would get in a lot of trouble for. And they'd get a job in the kitchen, and then they would like tease the guys because they had male parts and then but had tops.
Had something left.
Had tits, so they were considered a male. And then they would work in the dish room and get wet, and then they would
Flaunt their tits?
get the guys going. Well, you can't flaunt them, but I mean,
White shirt, tits are out, nipples, yeah.
yeah. So they would get the guys
Wet
going.
t-shirt.
And some guys like that. You're gay for the stay, I guess is what they call it. Stuff like that. I mean,
When it comes to our teeth, the official dentistry for the PizzaFellas podcast is Smiles by Tran, located at 3570 Hamilton Boulevard, Suite 302, Allentown, Pennsylvania. With expert care and state-of-the-art dental technology, Dr. Tran provides everything from routine checkups to advanced cosmetic treatments. Let your best smile shine with the personalized care you deserve by Smiles by Tran. Experience the vibrant flavors of Vietnam at Phenomenal, located at 319 South Cedar Crest Boulevard, Allentown, Pennsylvania. From rich, steaming bowls of pho to fresh, flavorful banh mi, every dish is crafted with authentic ingredients and passion. Whether you're dining in or taking out, Phenomenal promises a delicious and unforgettable experience. Stop by today and taste why it's more than just a name. It's truly phenomenal.
I know my one boy, Dave Snyder. Shout out to Dave. He worked in Allentown. I think it was Allentown, yeah, Lehigh Valley. And he quit because one of the stories, one of the inmates shit in his hand and started throwing it at the officers.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things he was like, I'm not
Fucking
doing this
nasty.
anymore.
Yeah.
You know, when you get feces thrown at you, he was just like, fuck this.
I actually remember that story.
yeah.
I remember
That happens. They get pissed off, and I think that's called gassing an officer. So towards my end before I left, they were getting special doors where you couldn't do that anymore.
Yeah, they were trying to avoid all that.
That happens a lot. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen. Stuff like that.
In your impression, just in the conversation, because we're just sitting back like guys, because this is what we would talk about if we were just sitting in here just smoking cigars. Shit comes out. In the asylum, who really runs the asylum? When it comes to the bullshit.
In all honesty, I think it depends on, I would say, the leadership of the jail.
Can't find that fucking.
Oh, yeah?
I would say the warden really sets the tone. I think when I got there was a new warden in charge.
So are you saying it means how strong that guy is and what he wants to define as discipline?
Yeah, so, like, I wasn't there when the older warden was, but when I came on board, there was a new warden in place, and they kind of set the tone because, so, for example,
Was it a strong tone or a weak tone?
I don't know who listens, so I'm trying to dance around.
Well,
So,
we're not saying where.
right. So
We're not
the
accusing
tone
anybody.
the tone
We're
was
just talking a
kinder-
conversation of
right. So the
of our
tone
opinion.
when I was there, according to the officers, was a kinder, gentler approach to things.
So
Whereas
this can happen in our
the
system.
older days, it was kind of like go and attack, handle situations. Whereas when I was there, it was like let's negotiate, let's kind of deal with situation on a negotiation level. Whereas before they would I don't want to say bust in and handle situations, but
Well,
that was
listen,
the impression.
something's going on. You have to take care of it, right?
So that was and I wasn't there for that tone. I was there when there was new administration, and the tone was let's negotiate, let's handle things on a more level-headed basis, kind of thing.
Unbelievable.
And so some of the officers didn't really care for that tone, and it just became difficult, even from just dealing with in the kitchen and with meals and sending things up, and when they would demand certain things,
Again?
like peanut butter was always a hot thing, and just trying to meet their dietary needs and dealing with grievances and things of that nature just became very difficult. I mean, he was great.
Wow.
They were great. I mean,
once the prisoner knows they can get away with it.
there was a lot of
They're going to push.
there was just a lot of stuff that you had to dance around. So you got to remember, you have on a general pod, depending on what pod it was, there could have been 30, I don't know, I don't remember. It could have been 30, 40 inmates, and you have one officer at any given time. So it's tough, I
Yeah.
mean, in the kitchen, I had 20, 24 inmates, and you had 3 supervisors and an officer, but you had a lot of stuff in there that could have been turned into a weapon.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then, we had knives. I mean, we had the 6-foot steel tether that they were to. But, you had situations where we had one instance, I'll give you an example, where there was a person who came into the kitchen who insisted on talking about sexual things with minor girls. And, I walked over and said, listen, the other inmates are upset about this situation. You need to shut that conversation down. He stopped for a few minutes and then
Started again.
started again. I walked over and said, listen, I'm just warning you,
It's gonna get ugly.
it's going to get ugly. You need to shut it down. He shut it down, persisted again. So then two of us had to stand there. I went over to the officer, listen, you got to get this guy out of here because this is not a good situation. We had to get him removed from the kitchen. Because, I mean, you got 6 guys that want to.
Yeah, I mean, they're not happy with what they hear.
Right, and, you know, it takes.
And then you're in a situation like, I don't want a problem here.
Well, you call the code and they come in right away. It's not that, but it's going to take a few minutes. And then they come in, you know, plenty of officers come in to handle it, but.
And then you got a shitload of paperwork.
Right, it becomes a nightmare. And then I had situations like, there's always violence in there. You know, I had a situation one time on a Sunday where there was one guy at the end of the dish machine. There was another guy at the other end of the dish machine, and he kept talking about this guy's case. The guy went over to him and said, listen, you need to shut your mouth. You don't need to be talking about my situation. Shut up. A few minutes later, he kept talking about it again. He said, listen, I'm going to tell you, you need to shut up. It's my case. Shut your mouth. He shut up. He said, start it again. He walked over and said, yeah, I had it. And he picked him up. He slammed him against the brick wall. He picked him up again, threw him on the ground, stood over him, and just started punching his face. And I went back there, and there was blood, and his nose was basically just
crooked.
His nose was by his ear.
It was pretty much the left side of his face. I handed him a bunch of rags. I pulled him in the office, you know, and of course nothing happened. It was he slipped and fell on a wet floor. It's always the situation, you know, and nothing happened.
Did you guys see the new series, Unlocked?
No.
No. What is it?
So this is what it's. I just looked it up because me and Ashland watched a couple of episodes.
Good.
What's it on?
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix?
It's called Unlocked. It's a jail experiment by the Arkansas sheriff. Okay, so it's a radical new idea. You saw what he's doing?
I saw some of
It's
it.
fucking crazy,
But they
actually.
just
So
ask him to cooperate with
basically, he's the process is it's an 8-episode exploration of what happens when unit cells are unlocked for 6 weeks. The detainees create community and structure for themselves, so you're not ever locked up. Your jail cell is always unlocked.
Wow.
The goal was to determine if more autonomy, and less control in jails can lead to more community-oriented, involving environment and support one of the fundamental purposes of incarceration, which is discouraging people from committing future crimes. So basically, he's basically saying we thought what we can do is create some ownership for these inmates and make it safer by allowing them to just go about what they want to do at all times. Yeah. So it's a different concept. I was watching a couple episodes.
Is it like Mad Max?
In the beginning, it's a little fucking weird. Yeah, because, I mean, you're let out and, you know, the blacks are with the blacks, the whites are with the whites, the Spanish are with the Spanish, the Asians are with the Asians. It's just, and then.
Do they get along?
And the leaders come to the top.
I'm only a couple episodes in. I haven't looked through it all.
I got to watch that.
But it's basically, it's crazy. He's thinking it's a way to remove deputies from the unit. And he's basically saying he hoped to encourage detainees again to take more control over the daily routine. So you have jobs every day, you do your jobs, but you don't get then locked back up. You can just go play dominoes, or you go play cards.
Or watch TV.
Or watch TV. And then at a certain time, you go to bed.
But whatever happens in the pod, nobody's controlling it.
There's only one officer, the main officer, the guy who's at the desk.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be that guy.
So you ever put this into consideration? Jail, the structures of jail, and how they assemble is like what? It's like school. Schools are the same as jails. Think about this. Really think about this.
I agree with you 100%.
So you have a certain time to get a certain class. You have a certain time to eat. You have a certain time to do this. And where are schools always located? In central places. They never overlook the beach. They never give you something good to look at. So you're what? I always use this word. You're institutionalized. So you come out of there like a fucking robot, right? Because of what people want to. People that, if they're a liberal, a non-liberal, or whatever, that's what they want to teach you. The textbook is basically it's institutionalized text. This is the way it should be. But as we get
I've
older,
heard that 100%.
as we get older, what do? We start listening to different people and how they talk and this, that, and the other.
It becomes a way, though.
It becomes a way.
It's the same thing as
So
a jail.
jail is school.
School. It's the same thing. You
It's
have to be
fucking
there.
crazy.
You're there for a certain
What is
amount
it?
of hours.
It's
getting
when you walk into
brainwashed.
school, what is it? Brick.
Some
It's
cases,
center
yeah.
blocks, just like jail. The only thing that's missing is bars because there's just actually now they close the
lock the
doors.
doors,
They
yeah.
lock the doors. So it's basically the same thing.
Well, like Kevin O'Leary was just on CNN the other night. They do that like round table where they all talk over each other and shit and all that bullshit. And Kevin O'Leary said, we need to fire 60 to 70% of all the weak teachers, all the bad teachers that aren't qualified to teach our kids, okay, and hire qualified teachers, pay them more. He said the reason this is happening is because unions killed the teachers. They made horrible teachers
Weak
safe
people safe, yes.
because of the unions. And unions have killed this. and
100%.
It's been done over and over again.
Did you see Linda McMahon is now firing 50% of the educational?
Yeah.
She's firing 50% of it. So she's already looked at it and said in her organization, I don't know.
Yeah, that's more in a
50%.
state, though. You got to get into the local. The problem is the local.
That's not in the state, right?
Yeah,
That's federal.
The locals, if they're Dems and Libs, are going to fight it. They want the
well,
funding
the unions
because
are
it
gonna
has
fight
to
it.
because they
This
want
are
it
gonna
funneled.
fight it.
They want it funneled. I get that.
Well, I mean, it seems like he could cut off funding President Trump to some of these colleges very fast. Yeah.
He did already.
I know he did. I'm not mentioning it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Well, even to go against that, the American Heart Association. So I was watching this. This is out today. Is actively fighting legislation to prevent food stamps from being used to buy soda and candy.
Is that right?
Do you know why?
no, why?
Because the American Heart Association and the NGOs, rely on the funding from Pepsi and Kellogg's.
Wow.
So they're fighting. The American Heart Association is fighting against what RFK is saying and the government saying, stop using food stamps for soda and candy because Pepsi and Kellogg support them and give them money. So it's like a, you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's like,
is crazy.
It's like you're in
What's
a
that?
crazy world.
Not to change the subject. What's that lard that we were talking about today?
Beef tallow.
Beef tallow. Is it
Oh,
coming
by the
in?
way,
Everyone's getting on that kick. Like
By the way, I make it.
People like,
What?
You make it.
I make it.
You make beef tallow?
how do you make it?
How do you make it, Kung?
So you render basically beef fat. So I get a bunch of suet or beef fat from any butcher, right? So I just cook it down. Basically, you can do it in an oven or a crock pot. So I take it. I actually have both going. I have a crock pot going. I cut them in small pieces. I put it in a pan. I put it in the oven about 200 degrees.
Nice and slow and long.
Let slow, and it just melts out. And then you get pure beef tallow. So anything left over, I scrape off or filter it. And now I have this clear.
So is it like doing clarified butter?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
take
I
the impurities
that-
out of it.
Right. You take all the impurities
It's
out.
floating at the top.
Floating at the top. You get rid of all that. Now I have this pure, like.
It's the best frying.
And it's great for frying, but I make it for the skin, like a lotion.
Come on.
So what I do is then I take it out, and as it.
Not
now
you,
that-
Bentley.
Now that it's all cleaned up, I take it and let it harden.
No, not you, bud.
As it hardens, then I actually I add some essential oils into it. I add some,
Such as what?
Such as lavender oil, lemon
Okay.
oil. I put in there a little olive oil, and then I whip it like with a blender.
Mm-hmm.
So it incorporates some air in it because if I just let that stiffen up, it's just like hard as a rock.
So what do you use, like an immersion blender?
Either that or just a hand mixer.
Okay.
Get it all whipped. It looks like icing. By the time I'm done,
Yeah, I'm
with
picturing it right now.
It looks like icing. Then I take that and I put it into a jar, and you can rub it in your skin. I put it on my face, my skin. It's great for dry skin, and it's all natural. You got all these.
I mean, I've heard so much about it in the
I'll
last
bring you
week.
some.
Yeah, I mean,
I made
I
some.
want to.
I have
I'm
some.
trying to find it
since
for us to use at the
RFK,
shop.
since RFK started using
we
it.
have it. We have it in beef tallow. It's a solid block of shortening.
Really?
Cisco has it.
It's basically
Cisco
lard.
U.S.
U.S.
Foods
has it,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
you can buy it.
You can buy it, yeah. We
But
have
I-
it two kinds. It's actually beef tallow, or it's also we have it mixed with, I think, canola oil. It's actually a
Yeah.
product.
I don't want canola.
It's,
I
it's,
know.
really,
I
it's,
want
We
beef
have it
tallow.
great
mixed,
for
but we
it's
have
great as a lotion.
True beef tallow, though. It's a solid block. So we have
And you put it inside the fryers, and now you're cooking
Because
Yeah,
our-
you can
yeah.
fry French fries,
Everything
fried
tastes
chicken,
better.
chicken,
whatever.
Well,
everything. Yes.
Popeyes,
U.S. has it in two ways.
Popeyes one to
Popeyes,
it.
Steak Shack,
Shake Shack one to
Shake
it.
Shack, excuse me,
They signed on, and it's just like
Outback Steakhouse, and Buffalo Wild Wings.
I think I gave Ashton a little.
Yeah, the
and,
little
and
thing.
Bobby, you can put it on, wherever
Skin,
you have
it's
dry
good for
skin.
you.
It's really good for you. Got all the
But
vitamins in it.
it's mostly because RFK's talking about those seed oils, how bad they are for
Right.
you.
Yeah.
So now he's getting
It's a
it.
good lubricant too, right?
Great.
We have it. I can give you the info. We have it.
all right.
But not to change off that,
ways.
I wanted to ask you guys this too that also happened today. I don't know if any of you saw this, but do you know who the police chief of the Las Vegas shootings, okay? The police chief when the Las Vegas shootings at Mandalay Bay.
That was the governor now.
No.
No, he's talking about
John Pelletier.
Oh,
Okay.
the sheriff I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Okay,
no, the chief, police chief. He was of the police chief of Las Vegas when the shootings happened. He's now the Maui police chief when the fires happened.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
It's not
And
a
now-
conspiracy, right?
And now he just got indicted.
Or
He was involved, okay? He was involved in the Diddy cases.
Huh.
So he just got him. The Maui police chief, John Pelletier, gave the order to trap victims in the fire, has been named as a co-conspirator in the Diddy case. Pelletier also happened to be the incident commander during the Las Vegas shooting. Pelletier forcefully took a Diddy victim at gunpoint from Vegas to California to be raped by Diddy by posing as a sheriff executing a fake warrant around the suit, according to the suit. Even after these incidents occurred, Pelletier was still named chief of Maui Police, and then the devastating fires happened shortly after. Many questions have loomed to whether or not children went missing after the fires, where entire families disappeared without trace. The government disputes these claims, and they have not been verified. This story goes much deeper than what we already know.
Wow.
Just came out today. That's pretty fucking crazy.
Interesting.
Now, who's indicting him? Who arrested him?
They're trying to. I'm not sure. I didn't look into that, but I'm guaranteed someone because he's on suspension right now. He's not allowed to be the chief
Of Maui.
of Maui. So it has to be something with the government. But think about that. That's fucking crazy.
That's nuts.
That you're looking at your phone quick, looking at, and that comes up. Just some, conspiracies. I love conspiracy theories, but look how many fucking come true.
Oh, yeah.
It's just fucking crazy nowadays. All that different shit.
Yeah.
All that stuff that you thought were.
Who likes
fake.
Dan Bongino?
He's
I
a good
like
guy.
him. I love him.
I love him. I think he's a good guy.
Yeah, Dan's good. Dan's
a
not
good
a
guy.
bad guy. He's good to get in.
Want to go on a
But-
break?
Well, let's real quick. What's going on in the pizza industry? What do we got?
Let's ask Bruno.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. What's going on now in the pizza industry for people is I told my dad tonight, a lot of people are doing the hot dogs and French fries on pizza. It's the hottest thing right now in Italy.
I seen that.
Yeah, in Italy. Hot dogs and French fries.
And you know what they're putting on it? Not ketchup. Mayo. Italians don't eat ketchup. They eat mayo.
Really?
They dip fries in mayo.
Really?
Dip fries and mayo.
Yeah.
Wow. What was that movie with John Travolta? Remember they did the dance?
Oh, Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. Remember he talked about the Royale in France?
Yeah.
Or whatever, and how they use mayo instead
Hey, he's a
of ketchup?
fucking scientist.
Yeah, he's
A Scientology scientist. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but hot dogs on pizza. So he did fresh loaf mozzarella, marinara, and then he baked it a little bit when it came out, cut up the hot dogs, put them on, then French fries on top, baked it again, and then he had a special sauce he used.
We're going to do a couple pizzas at Bruno tomorrow. No,
Yes.
we really are.
I should have made a pie like that tonight.
Yeah, that would have been good. That
I'm going to
would've
make
been
a nice. So coincidentally, Bruno and Joe have gluten-free Detroit pizzas and gluten-free Sicilian squares that are. It's actually really, really, really,
They're good.
really good.
They're good.
Yeah, we tried it the other day. It
Yeah,
was really good.
tried it. What was it yesterday? Sam?
very good.
Yeah. So we're going to launch that in the Lehigh Valley. Nobody else has it, just me. So if you need it, call me. But we're going to do a little thing with Bruno tomorrow. I'm going to vamp it up for him, and see what happens. Maybe we launch it.
Yeah, I mean it's good. It's a good pie. We had it. It was like I said, it was better than what I thought it was going to be. There was actually flavor to it.
Shout out to Peter at Panini Grill. I mean, Tutto Posto Panini Grill. He
Oh,
did.
yeah, he did a great video.
He did a great video today about it.
Peter did a great video, Peter. Episode 70 here. Make sure you watch it. So listen, guys. Good night. We got the bullshit. Who wants to eat some pizza?
I'm gonna eat some pizza. I'm fucking
I'm
starving.
down. Well, guys, thanks for reaching out. Thanks for following episode 70, PizzaFellas podcast. Remember, go on all the social media platforms. Follow us, subscribe. Also, next week we
Oh,
have
Sal, not to interrupt you, but look,
oh yeah, and our new Rocky Balboa,
what a guy this guy is.
He's the best.
Right here.
the real Rock,
The
next to
ambassador of
fake Rock.
Hollywood.
Next
The
week we
ambassador
have
of Hollywood.
we have an episode coming up, possibly Wednesday, Thursday, but then that Saturday, Joe and myself and Gigi and a couple other. Oh, Tran's gonna be there too. Kong's gonna be there and a couple other people.
We're
Ryan.
headed out to Vegas.
We're heading out to Vegas.
We got a lot
Viva
of
Las
Vegas, baby.
Vegas.
So we're gonna be there May
Good fucking
22nd.
luck.
I'm
Good
sorry.
luck.
March 22nd to March 27th, Thursday.
So you have
So
the
if everything goes good, we'll have 71 and 72 up after this.
If not
When
more.
we're in Vegas, forget about it. 73, 74, 75.
Ryan's talking about bringing a fucking drone. I mean,
so
it's-
you have the token Asian and dentist.
Yes,
In Vegas.
Yes,
That's
yes.
right.
We're gonna have some fun.
We have a great crew assembled. I think it's going to be fantastic. And we have a lot of parties to go to. We have a lot of shit to do there. So we're going to discuss that this
A lot
Friday.
of work to do.
And
Listen, when you fly there, which you guys will experience, because when do you leave? 5,
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
4:10.
So 9 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Yeah,
Okay.
6:30 we get there.
You might get some of the but I always remember when you fly into Vegas
The lights.
and the lights, man.
It's awesome.
You get the chills on your arms. You get
Yep.
the goosebumps.
I've been there like
And you
50
just
times.
like, this
How many times?
is,
like 50 times.
I've
Yeah.
been 20. This is 27.
I've been there 20 times.
It's
Every
awesome.
time I go, you still get the fucking,
Shout out to Angelo Nicolosi with his sister and his future brother-in-law. He's going to be there. Nori from Villa Grande is going to be there.
And don't
the
get
boys
lost.
from Plum Tomato and Rahway are going to be there.
don't get lost underneath the undergrounds either with all the fucking crazy homeless people.
Yeah, no.
Don't get lost under there.
Actually, that night when we got there, David Guetta's playing in our hotel.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. The EDM.
I care, and you're coming.
Listen, take it when we get there. You
EDM,
still
baby.
got to check in your hotel.
Me and
We gotta
Congo
get
go.
shit done.
Yes.
Oh, I would go to that. And you don't. It
Gigi,
starts at
remember when we had
11:30
the
at night.
convertible when we were driving down the strip? That was a good
What'd you have, a
fucking time.
Mustanga?
I got a Mustang. A Mustang.
We can talk a little
Well-
bit about CSI Las Vegas.
That's it. Well,
Well, listen, everybody, episode 70.
PizzaFellas podcast. Remember, go follow us on all the social media
Subscribe.
platforms. Subscribe on YouTube and Spotify. And we're going to go enjoy some pizza and hang out for the rest of the night. We're out, guys.
Big
Thank
Sexy
you.
loves you. I'll see you soon.
PizzaFellas podcast right here, the hottest in the world.
It's a PizzaFellas podcast. Turn your speakers up, we better have a blast. Grab a drink, fill a glass. Light a cigar, come on, let's make it last. Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe. Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the PizzaFellas.
PizzaFellas podcast right here, the hottest in the world. I was fire.